Many people have asked in the comment section, is it okay to swear at the police? So I thought I would spend a little bit of time talking about this, and by no means am I encouraging anybody to swear at the police or have any kind of confrontation with the police, but it's a question lots of people have asked, so I thought I would talk about it. Now, many people have got a misconceived idea about what they can and cannot say in front of the police, not least of which the case of Harvey and the Director of Public Prosecutions in 2011, which was a case in which the F word was used quite frequently and prominently while a suspect was being questioned, and he was later convicted of causing harassment, alarm or distress in the magistrate's court. However, this conviction was overturned, but unfortunately the media put a different spin on this case than the judge intended. It made it seem okay somehow to abuse the police and swear at the police or in front of the police and things like this, which was not exactly what the judge intended. So backing up for a moment, whilst it's not an offence per se to swear in front of a police officer, at a police officer, or even around anybody else, but there is a specific offence that I'll refer to in the Public Order Act of 1986. Section 5 to be precise, which is causing harassment, alarm or distress. And it reads, a person is guilty of an offence if he uses threatening or abusive words or behaviour or disorderly behaviour or displays any writing, sign or other visible representation which is threatening. And an offence under this section may be committed in public or a private place, except that no offence is committed where the words or behaviour are used or the writing or the visible representation is displayed by a person inside a dwelling and the other person is also inside that or another dwelling. So in other words, if you swear in front of your own family, this is not a public order offence. But if someone were to swear inside their property, whereas if someone were to swear inside their property or use some kind of writing or sign or something else inside their own property, and it affected someone outside of their property, then it might come under this Section 5 public order. So bringing that back to the question, in this case of Harvey, when the conviction was overturned, it was overturned ultimately because it was held that the police officers were not threatened, harassed, alarmed or distressed, because the way in which the F word was used in this scenario was not to threaten or cause alarm or distress. It was simply, F this, I haven't been smoking anything, and I told you you wouldn't find F all, and I've already effing told you. So the way that it was used was not to threaten, harass, alarm, distress the police officers. So if in fact it was used for those purposes, and if the police officers did say that they were harassed, alarmed, distressed by the use of those words, then it is very much more likely that this case would have been decided differently, and under the Public Order Act, Section 5, it might well have amounted to harassment, alarm or distress, and the person might have been convicted. So in summary, if you are using those kind of words in front of police officers, not that I recommend it, but at the very least it should not be directed at the police officers and certainly not to cause them harassment, alarm or distress. And of course it doesn't just go for police officers, it goes for anyone else in the vicinity that might overhear what's being said and themselves be harassed, alarmed or distressed by the use of those words in a public place, or if you're using them in a private place and they are walking by and they can hear it, it could still come under this part of the Act. So I hope that's a useful explanation. Remember to subscribe and thank you for watching.